What's up, Raiders? TristenWulf here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today, I am 3 months old. That's right, it has been 3 months of Raid Shadow Legends, and what a wild ride. I'm going to go over 10 things that I wish I'd known when I started this game. 10 things that, man, if you guys have just started out, listen closely. Screw your ears on tight, because this is going to change your game. First things first, one of the most important things to know about Raid Shadow Legends is this is a game of resource management. You want to make sure you are getting the maximum return on investment on everything you do. There is a time and a place for everything. For example, if you want to summon your shards, make sure there is a summoning event going on. One that gives boosted chances to get things, and ideally make sure there is a summon rush event going on so that your summons can double dip, that when you summon you're going to get all these additional rewards from summoning. That will really help you min-max, so you should always save your summons for a summon event and ideally a boosted summon event. If you are wanting to grind out the dungeons and you want to use more than just your daily stamina, you want to make sure you're using your gems, you want to dump some extra resources, make sure that there is some kind of dungeon tournament going on. You want to farm the ice golem during an ice golem tournament. You want to farm the spider during a spider tournament. You want to look for a dungeon divers event if you're going to farm even just the regular dungeon beyond your normal daily stamina. This way you double dip, you get extra rewards, and you maximize your return on investment. Next thing, and this seems like it would be obvious, but it's really not. I skipped this for the first month and God, did it slow me down. Under the missions tab, always check out your Arbiter Missions. Make sure you are following your Arbiter Missions. Right now, the purple, I got to win 5 voids. So I'm going to go in there and do this and get them. If I wait until tomorrow, the void keep is going to close for several days. So make sure you're following and completing your Arbiter Missions because there are so many rewards in the Arbiter Missions. This really should be your guidepost for what you do next, because look at all of the stuff that you get up to actually getting the Arbiter. So you really want to make sure you're following your missions. Use this as your guidepost. Check it every single day. Look ahead and see what you're going to have to do down the road so you're prepped and ready for it. The next thing is when it comes to farming these dungeons, farming these events, like right now, let's say that Ice Golem event has started and I decide I'm going to farm the Ice Golem, is knowing how accuracy works in this game. Accuracy, that's your effectiveness, that's your chance to do something bad to the bad guy that will help facilitate your team. And accuracy is what you're going to need to apply debuffs. It's what you're going to need to strip the enemy of their buffs. It's what you're going to need to reduce the enemy's turn meter, or roll their skill cooldowns back. Any negative thing that you want to do, anything that's going to make your enemy unhappy, you need accuracy to do it. But how much? How much accuracy is too much? It is roughly 10 accuracy per stage level. So let's say I want to farm stage level 10, I'm going to need roughly 100 accuracy. I want to farm stage level 19, I'm going to need roughly 190 accuracy. Now, it's not exact science, but that's a good ballpark to figure out what kind of accuracy you need. I mean, if you only have 185, you shouldn't farm stage 19. Hell no. Just jump in there and go. You're close enough. But that's a good rule of thumb, is 10 accuracy per stage level. 250 accuracy to do stage 25, and that will help you figure out how much accuracy you need on your debuffers, on your strippers, on your support units to help facilitate the dungeon. Next thing is leveling gear. Now, first, going back to rule number 1, if you're going to level your gear, make sure there's a gear enhancement event going on so that when you level the gear, you can get your special cookies while you're doing it, right? So when you level your gear, one thing you should know is that it is stupid expensive. The gold economy in this game is, well, frankly, it's the worst thing about this game. It is so hard to stay on top of gold. I've got a nice video on how to earn gold. You should check that out. I'll put a link to that in the description. But how to conserve your gold and make sure you're doing it right. So one of the best things you can do is check out a piece of gear. Like, say I decide for some reason that I want to take this speed set to plus 16. before I roll it up, because it really isn't that good of a piece. I mean, it does have 5 speed on it, I guess, but it's a white piece. I really shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to do it just as an example, all right? Before I take this up to plus 16, first you want to go into upgrade, and you want to go into ascend. And then you want to use your oils to ascend it just one level to see what the ascension stat is. This is an attack-based speed piece. I'm going to ascend it up, and I unlock flat defense. Not very good. If it unlocked percent attack or accuracy, suddenly this piece would have a little more interest to me. But now it's kind of stinky. It's never going to be anything but flat defense. So I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop, and I'm not going to take this to plus 16 because that would be a waste. However, check out this piece. These boots, I was trying to decide if I wanted to ascend these boots to 16, so I checked them out, and look, speed. Speed on speed is huge, even though they are attack main boots and the subs aren't that great. The double speed was huge, so it was worth taking these straight to 16. So you can always kind of poke them up. You can give them a little bit of nudge with your oils to see if they're worth taking to 16, because going from 12 to 16 takes more silver than going from level 1 to level 12. I'm not even kidding. It is that expensive to go to 12 to 16. That is a massive silver dump. So make sure the piece is worth taking to plus 16. And make sure you're doing it during a gearing event. Now, another thing you may not have known is how dupes can work over in the tavern. Now, you want to go and... So, for example, I pull up these, see I got multiples of these dogs, I pull one of them up, I go into the skill upgrades, and I could use regular books to upgrade their skills, but you can also use dupes to upgrade their skills. Dupes act just like skill tomes, so if you want to go leveling your skills of a rare or uncommon hero, you can use dupes to do that. Now, I don't recommend doing that for epics and legendaries, but a lot of times the rares and the uncommons, you find so many of those, it's a good way to skill up the ones that you want to keep. And there are a handful of good rares and even 1 or 2 good uncommons like Armiger, and this is a way to skill them up without having to spend tomes. And once again, this is skilling up, so make sure you're doing this during CVC event to get your CVC points, your clan versus clan points, and especially doing it during unit enhancement, during champion chase events where enhancing skills also gives you points in that. Always be looking for the double dip. Always be referring back to that tip number 1. Next is silver. We talked about the silver economy being bad. In the Forge, there are some really good sets here. Perception set, one of the best sets in the game. But there's some kind of stinky sets here, like Resilience set. Who wants this? 10 HP and 10 defense. There are other gear sets that do so much more for you than this. Why would you ever craft these? For silver. Look, I'm just going to do one here. Again, you want to do this stuff during a CVC event, so you get CVC points for doing this, but I'm going to do one just to show you. 10,000 silver to craft one of these. 10,000 silver. I craft one. It's not that great. I can sell it for 35,000 silver. 3.5 times my silver back. Profit. And crafting the garbage, selling the garbage, the 4-star, the 3-star, all of this, you can grind through this during a CVC event, get a ton of CVC points, and rack up a ton of silver to boot, really helping with the constant struggle of staying ahead of your silver and reducing the urge to run over to the shop and buy a bunch of silver packs, which nobody wants to do this. Nobody wants to spend $70 on silver. Just use your Forge, but use it during a CVC event. Another thing you should do during the CVC event, a lot of people miss it because it's just up here in the corner. It's unassuming. Everything's flashy, has red dots on it, makes you want to look at it. But the Great Hall is just chilling out back here. Check out that Great Hall. And in here, you can spend your medals to give stat bonuses to any element. From red, blue, green, void, all of them. You can spend your medals in here. Again, Do this during a CVC event so you get CVC points when you do it, but you should be doing your arenas. You can do your live arenas to get stuff to boost your factions and dungeons, to specifically boost up things in specific areas of the game. And regular arena, you'll be getting these to boost up your unit stats just based on affinity. Do this during CVC event, but don't leave free stats on the table. It doesn't look like much, but it adds up. And speaking of grinding dungeons, this is a big one, especially for silver. You can sell gear for silver. You can grind the dungeons, get the gear, sell the gear, get the silver. But what sells even better than gear are accessories. And you get accessories doing the Spider's Den. And there's several levels to the Spider's Den, and again, you respect the accuracy, right? 60 accuracy for stage 6, 90 accuracy for 10, but here is the crazy thing about the Spider's Den. Stage 10 is bugged, and it's been bugged for a very, very long time. So long I don't think they're going to fix it. What do I mean by bug? Okay, so you can see you get 3 to 5 star accessories from stage 9. The drop rate of 5-star accessories on stage 9 is 23% chance to get a 5-star accessory. You go up to stage 10, the drop rate chance to get a 5-star accessory on stage 10 is 81%. 81%. Then when you go to stage 11, it drops back down. It drops back down to 40%. In fact, it doesn't get above 80% again until you get all the way up to stage 16. Not until you get to stage 16. Stages 11 through 15 are objectively worse for 5-star. Now, I mean, sure, there is a shot at getting 6-star, but it's pretty heckin' low. Once you get to stage 16, then yeah, it's better to farm stage 16 if you can, but it takes me 2 minutes to farm stage 16. It takes me 35 seconds to farm stage 10. If you're talking about just trying to burst it down and get a lot, this is the way to do it. And that 5-star accessories and the 4-star accessories, the ones that aren't any good, sell for a ton of silver. So stage 10 is your way to get accessories fast for your units, and I wish I had known this early on, because accessories are such a huge stat boost for your units. So farm Spider 10. And speaking of gearing, and speaking of silver, one of the most expensive things in this game is gear cost. Not just leveling gear, but also moving gear around. Now, right now, we're fortunate enough to be in the middle of a unequip event. So removing gear doesn't cost me anything right now, but normally it costs a significant chunk of silver to take gear on and off units. In fact, if I took all of her gear off, it would be over 500,000 silver. Just to take her gear off, just to swap gear around, and that is rough. So when you are looking at gearing up a unit, changing gear out, instead of moving the gear around to see how it impacts the stats, what you can do is click on this button that says filter, and it brings up this nice little filter section. And one of the things is the fitting room. Man, I can't believe I didn't know about this when I started. Click on the fitting room, and what it will then do is allow you to try on gear. So let's say I decide I wanted to try this helmet. I'm going to click try on, and I can see how it will change my stats trying this piece of gear on. And I can try on this armor too, and I'll try on these gloves, and I can see how these pieces of gear change the stats on my hero. I can look at equipped gear, and I can let's take these off. Do something a little more realistic. Maybe I want to try on this piece, and I want to try on this weapon, and I want to try on this this shield, and I can see how it impacts my stats. Does it make me better? Does it make me stronger? Does it make me faster? And once I decide it, once I go, yes, I like the way this looks, then I can click the equip button. Then I can commit the silver to making the change. But this lets you see exactly what your build will look like without spending silver, without going, yeah, that didn't work, spend more silver to take it off, put new pieces on. Now, when you just start out, you got free equip for a little bit, so that helps. But once that goes away, you're going to feel the burn of changing gear around costing you silver. And this is a way to look around and see if you like it before you commit to it. Tip number 10 is start the game with a download link. This will put you months ahead of people who started the game without a link. In fact, if you started the game without a link, even if you're like a month into the game, I mean, as long as you haven't spent, I understand if you've committed money already, but as long as you haven't spent, and if you started the game without a link, just stop and start again with a link. It'll put you so far ahead. And the way you do that is like this. Make sure you click on the link in the description of this video to support me and my channel, or you can scan that QR code. That works just as well. If you do this, it will get you a crazy powerful start with 3 free heroes. You will start out with the legendary hero Oleneral, a serious bossing hero who can do poisons and HP burns and let you strike way above your own power grade. On top of that, at level 15, you will get the epic hero Tagore. Tagore is a support hero who can heal your team, defend your team, bring your team back to life, exactly what you need to progress further in the game. And at level 30, you will pick up the powerhouse epic Ugo, who is so strong, many consider her the best epic in the game. Ugo is 4 epic heroes in one. She is a defense breaker, she is a cleanser, she is a healer, and she brings your units back to life, and you get her at level 30. On top of that, make sure you go over to the promo code and enter one of the promo codes in the description of this video. When you do this, you will have started out with 2 legendary heroes and 3 epic heroes. Now, to do this, whether or not you're doing this because it's a fresh start or you felt that it is the perfect time to start an alt, here's the process. First, if you've never played Raid before, this is not a problem. But if you have played Raid before, you're going to want to log into your Polarian account and you're going to log out. Once you log out, uninstall Polarian from your computer. Then click on the link in the description of this video, scan that QR code if you'd rather do that, or use the link that's in my YouTube channel's description. Once you do that, that's going to take you to the site where you can download Raid, register there, and use a brand new email. Then launch Raid, complete the tutorial, and you're in. Once you do that, Oleneral will be waiting for you right there in your inbox. Now it's time to get to Raid and grind a little bit, get up to level 15, and bam, right there in your inbox will be the epic hero Tagore. Level 15 doesn't take too long, guys, just a little bit of time, and now you're well established, you're ready for the big grind all the way up to level 30, and once you hit level 30, bang, right there in your inbox again will be the epic hero Ugo to give you the perfectly well-rounded account. That's going to get you 2 legendaries, Oleneral and your promo code hero, and 2 epics, Ugo and Tagore. A fantastic start to Raid, and you're going to be so far ahead of other people who did not use this code. So click on that link right now. Support my channel and support yourself with the best start ever in Raid. No better time than right now. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, Raiders.